I'm joined by Jody Shelley right now, and again, there just wasn't that emotional attachment and that engagement tonight. It didn't seem really from early in the game.
No, it didn't seem that way at all. The Blue Jackets are playing a team that's lost 4 games in a row. You'd think they'd come out, and they wanted to. They wanted to really push them out of the building. They just didn't do that. They were on the wrong side of battles in that first period. Second period was terrible. Another game with it. The second period was just not their period. And then in the third, they're only down by 2 goals. And it looked like Vancouver just went into a penalty-killing mode.
Yeah.
They just flipped the puck out, happy with icing. They took a page out of the New Jersey Devils book last week, or last game here at Nationwide Arena, and it worked. Don't engage in battles. Don't bring emotion. Just play your game. And I think the Blue Jackets, we didn't see many scrums. We didn't see much emotion. I would have liked to seen a fight maybe or something to get the crowd out of their seat. Love Bobrovsky playing the puck to Hartnell that one time. There were some great moments. But I thought Sergei played well. I thought he played really well to keep this team in it. Credit Ryan Miller, credit the Vancouver Canucks and how they played here tonight. But I agree, there's a teaching moment in here, probably a couple for John Tortorella. He was not happy on the bench. The penalty kill, way too easy on that play for the Canucks to get that power play goal. I thought that was something they're going to look at. And you don't see – I was interested because a lot of odd man rushes we've seen tonight by the Vancouver Canucks. We haven't seen that a lot from the Columbus Blue Jackets, giving those up.
No, and Ryan Murray was just in the dressing room taking blame for some of that stuff going on, taking risks, and all of a sudden, breakdowns were coming the other way. He was far from the only guy here tonight. But are we still in that pattern where we talked about this last week when New Jersey was here? Are we still in the pattern of saying, well, you know what, this is kind of the dog days, you got to fight through it? Or, as it happens time and time again, is there a level of concern?
Well, there's different teams, different types of teams you're going to face when you're up in the standings. You're going to face desperate teams who think they still have a chance to get in. You're going to face teams that are out of it and playing for nothing, just for their own points. And you're going to face upper echelon teams like the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Montreal Canadiens, the New York Rangers, teams that know how to win, teams that want to win every game, teams that expect to win every game. And tonight was a team that was on the bubble of a team that they're 27th in the National Hockey League, but they still think they have a chance at the playoffs. So they're in between a team that's going to play loosey-goosey and a team that's desperate. So tonight, I thought the longer they were allowed to stay in the game, the more confidence, the more they thought, oh, we might be able to actually win this game. And they kind of stuck with it. And as the game went on, I thought Miller thought, well, if I make a few more saves, we actually might be able to win this game. And that's really how it played out. Did not play Blue Jacket hockey, played the Vancouver Canucks style of game.
And when you look at the schedule, they've got some games that are coming up that they shouldn't have this problem. On paper, you shouldn't have this problem, although on paper you should have beat this team easily tonight too.
Yeah, and this is a game, maybe just like the Jersey game, that you look back when you're in the break, that's now 6 games away, and say, yeah, that was a one-off. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Torch is going to break it down a little bit more, but
well, you have to make it a one-off, right?
Yeah, you do.
You're at the point where you have to make this just a blip.
Because he was happy with this week. I mean, you look at the Ranger game off the break, the Pittsburgh Penguins game where they came back and got the point, the Jersey game, whatever. You go to Detroit and you have a nice showing there. I thought it was a good game. You love the enthusiasm that Werenski and Jones played with. They got that 2 points up there the last game at the Joe. Yeah, you know what? You hate to say it, and you hate to hear it if you're a fan, but yes, this game lacked the edge from the Columbus Blue Jackets, maybe because of the opponent.
Yeah, perhaps. We're going to find out on Saturday afternoon.
And the other thing, you hear teams that play down to teams' level.
Yeah.
That's what happened here tonight. The Blue Jackets did not make the Canucks have to try to stay with the Blue Jackets. They went down and played their game.
Yeah, and that's why we could sit here and we could go player by player right down the line. Yeah. But you're right. It almost doesn't make sense because it just feels like it was one of those days.
Take something from it and move on to the next game, which is Detroit again at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Sets up to be a fun night.
Yeah, and what I like about the Detroit game is when they went up there 2 days ago, it was the emotion of playing the last game in the Joe. There was a lot of scrappiness in that game. And there were a lot of ill feelings in that game, which will certainly carry over to Saturday, which should help you to be ready to go immediately.
Well, in this area, the Michigan-Ohio thing, hey, that lives in the hockey world too. No one wants those Red Wings to come down here and lose more than the Blue Jackets and their fans, and that's what they want them to do. Come on down. So that should be fun.
Yep. Waiting for John Tortorella to talk.
You should
here
wear that
tonight.
shirt and tie too for
No,
the Red
I
Wings
wore
game.
it today because I know that there's blue and green for this Vancouver team.
That's a Detroit Red Wing. You got to wear that on Saturday.
Not a chance. Not a chance. And I do think about this stuff.
I know you do.
I mean, probably too much. And
Sharp.
It makes no difference whatsoever. You made a comment about how Vancouver played just like just a big penalty kill. I was working with Andrew Castles tonight, your former teammate, and he said that with 13 minutes left, we were kind of saying, well, here they are on a 13-minute penalty kill.
Yeah, it's
And that's
true.
what they did. But when you get into the playoffs against teams, you're going to face this kind of stuff too. Even if it's that team that you're really emotionally jacked up to play, if you're the Pittsburgh Penguins, you have a chance to kill 13 minutes and win a game. That's what they're going to do.
It's a great point, and it's a great test for the Blue Jackets. They got frustrated, I thought, just over halfway through the period. I saw Atkinson slam the boards, Hartnell slam the boards. Frustrated because it's a frustrating style to play against. You give the puck up, it's flipped out. Maybe it's an icing, you change. You get in the zone, there's a turnover, it's flipped out. Maybe it's icing, maybe it's not. It's repetitive and it's frustrating. But Torch talks about patience. Well, patience in the game with the Red Wings the other night when it's 2-2, you'll get opportunities, you'll get a chance. You have to stay patient in those games. But patient in these games, because if you go out and try to throw everything in one shift or in one shot or in one play, it doesn't usually work. But if you wait and you're confident in your system, you know they're going to crack. Teams that lose 4 games in a row, they know how to lose. So if you stay patient and just go over the boards, 4 lines roll, get the defenseman rolling, you know you're going to get the goaltending, you get those cracks. So I think that's another moment that these guys can learn from.